up with all you Sexi Messi Flexi Pexi motherfuckers? It's your boy T-Dub, and today we're here with another video during T-God Week, and I have a very special guest on today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
You just call yourself T-God Week?
T-God. T-God Week. Yes, this is T-God Week. Yes, it is.
Hey, I would like to say I was amongst the first people to call you T-God, so...
Yeah, that's where I got the idea from, actually, to be honest.
Oh, snap. So that means you owe me all your revenue, then. Is that how this works?
So $2?
Royalty? I want my royalty. Yeah, you better
$2.
You better PayPal me my $2.
Oh, man. But, yeah, as you guys can see, the legendary Rhymestyle on the video today.
Whoa. Yeah, you ain't got to be all legendary. I can just be Rhymestyle.
True. So, bitch boy Rhymestyle. He's joining us today for the collab. And today we're gonna be talking about the future of anime gaming. And I always let my guests go first. So Rhyme, go ahead, kick us off for today.
So I was telling you this off camera before we started, but like I'm probably one of the best examples for watching this community grow. Before YouTube existed, before a community even existed, because like back when I was a kid, the go-to game that everybody was like killing each other over was Final Bout. I'm talking about like back in like 1999. Final Bout. The game was absolutely dog shit. I'm sorry, it was like the worst Dragon Ball game ever made. But like, you know, as a kid, you see Dragon Ball, you see Dragon Ball GT. What do you want to do? You want to play the games. We didn't have that luxury. Our first like official big game in the US was Budokai 1, and when that game came out, it was like a game changer. But before that, it was all about Final Bout. So I watched the community go from Final Bout to Xenoverse 2 today. But even then, I was watching other games. So like there used to be like a huge stigma. I don't know if you know, this might be, you know, beyond your time, but I don't know if you ever watched G4. G4, every time they reviewed anime games, it would be like a meme, like a joke. It's like, oh, here comes another game. Full Metal Alchemist.
Like IGN Now.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, basically IGN Now. Full Metal Alchemist, you know, here's Budokai, yada yada. The very first game in the anime world, and I might be wrong here, but this is from what I remember, that actually got really good scores from, I'm talking about Game Informer, G4 TV, GamePro. Does GamePro even still exist anymore? I don't know. All these companies, the first game that got a lot of love was actually Budokai 2, and not Budokai 2, Tenkaichi 2, and then Tenkaichi 3. I remember Tenkaichi 2, I think got like a 8.5 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, and then Tenkaichi 3 got something similar. That's when they realized, yo, anime games can actually be fun. And you know, those games both went ahead and sold like 3 million copies each on a PS2, on one console. Not two consoles, one console. 3 million, it's insane. I think Budokai 3 sold somewhere around 3 million as well, but like the early days, Dragon Ball was like key. That's when these developers realized, oh, you know what? It is possible to make a good anime game. Because back in the day, to play anime games, you basically have to be a fan of the series. If the gameplay was whatever, it's like, you know what? I still like this because it was cool. A good example is Full Metal Alchemist on the PS2, like the very first one. And I remember the game wasn't that good. When you actually play it, it was like, it lacked on gameplay. It wasn't really that much fun. But like, because I loved the series so much, I had a blast playing that shit. So like, looking to how anime games have grown today and seeing how like, you know, the developers are more serious about taking their games seriously. You know, you see them taking feedback. Not all feedback, like, let's be real, they can't take everything, but they're actually listening to seeing what we want. They're seeing what other games do and basically going off of that to, you know, grow and make a better game is cool. And because of that, I feel like the community, the anime game community, is going in the right direction. I mean, like, Xenoverse 1, as wonky as that game was amazing. We got custom created characters. We got to be ourselves. And then seeing how they took that and made Xenoverse 2, and now they're doing Shinobi Strikers, which I assume is probably going to have custom created characters as well. They're basically capitalizing off of what we as fans want, because they know at the end of the day, if they give us a Battle Z, we're not going to buy it. If they give us a Dragon Ball Connect, we're not going to buy it. Like, YouTube exists. Now we can have, you know, people like us who will just sit there, talk about the games, let you know what's going on, whether or not it's worth buying it, whether it's worth, you know, getting certain DLCs. They know that they have to take the game serious. And
I was actually just about to say that, to be honest. I was about to be like you could tell that the gaming community has evolved.
Right.
Like, people like us, or mainly you, but I mean, I consider myself, you know, we exist, you know, like we have some semblance of a voice now. And, you know, that's like you can tell not only are they taking us seriously, they're taking the game seriously.
Yeah, it's funny because someone tweeted me the other day and was like, yo, I hope there's not any more DLC for Xenoverse 2 because I don't want to waste some money. And someone responded to that tweet because I retweeted it. Someone responded to that tweet was like, you do realize that you don't have to buy the stuff. And if, when this stuff is released, there's people like the YouTube community that will talk about it and say whether or not something's worth it. Like, they can't, like, let's be real. Not every single DLC that comes out or every game is going to be A1. There's going to be half-assed stuff left and right. But at the end of the day, what we buy, we know. You can't buy a game at this point and be like, oh snap, I didn't think this is going to be trash. You've seen the gameplays, you've seen the coverage. So it's like when a game is being released, you can't be surprised basically. Like, I remember this. Actually, I'll never forget this. I remember when I saw Ultimate Tenkaichi being released, and I was all like, wow, that looks awesome. They basically took like all the models from what I think was from like Raging Blast and stuff, and they made it a lot smoother. And they somehow tricked us into buying that game. But had the YouTube community been more, you know, bigger and more, I guess, noticeable,
no one would have fucking bought it.
Yeah, because like the second you play it, it's like, oh, this is just basically.
I actually did that, to be honest, because I was excited for Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Right.
And I saw a playthrough of it, and I was like, is this rock, paper, scissors the whole time? No thanks.
Exactly. I mean, another good example is Battle Z. Battle Z, again, I mean, look, when Battle Z was coming out, it was obvious what we were getting with that game. And I remember, like, until I picked it up and played it, I was like, oh, you know, this has potential. And then I picked it up and played it. I was like, okay, well, I see what they did with it. It's basically a party game, you know, 4 players, 3 players, 4v4, 3v4, yada, 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 yada. I see what they're going for, but the gameplay isn't fun. So when you watch someone actually play it, you know what to expect. But like these days, like you just can't be surprised with what's inside DLC or what games are being, you know, released. And because of that, we add that pressure to these companies to give us better games. So like, I think it's going in the right direction. Like with, I mean, just look at the improvements from the last couple of games, you know, that we've gotten from, you know, the Naruto games, the Dragon Ball, to even all the extra stuff. Like they know what we want at this point, and it's only going to get better over the course of, you know, the next couple of years. The games aren't going to be perfect. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're never gonna get a perfect game. But
of course not.
Everybody has a game that they enjoy. Like I said, Xenoverse 2 is perfect, but it's my favorite Dragon Ball game that's come out from all of them. I mean, well, yeah, no, I'll still stand by that. Xenoverse 2 is still one of my favorite games in the Dragon Ball series, next to Tenkaichi, next to Budokai and Infinite World. Like, everybody has a thing that they like. Are they perfect? Hell no. Nowhere near perfect. No. You know? But it's getting there. It's getting there where they're getting better and better with every single release. They're learning. They're talking to all of us. They're talking to, you know, the average player. They know what we want.
And the community has to talk too. Like, because I remember when the Xenoverse 2 poll came out, like the feedback survey, and a lot of people were telling me, oh, why even do the survey? They're not going to listen. I'm like, okay, they might not listen now. But if everybody is telling them the exact same fucking thing, how are they going to ignore it? They can't ignore that. Like,
let me tell you something. They listen. And the thing is you just can't, you know, I used to work in the tech world, and like when you get feedback, it's literally impossible to cater to everybody or everything. Yeah. But they listen. And why do I know they listen? Because I've seen them actually implement changes that this community has asked for.
Look at the music thing. Look at the music thing for Xenoverse 2. Exactly. Everybody was bitching about the music.
Listen,
and they just throw it in.
Let me tell you the most famous one. The most famous one right now, and you guys can like tell me how you feel about this, is Rose. When Rose leaked in DLC 2, the character model he was connected to was regular Goku. He was supposed to be a reskin of Goku. What do? We sent them letters, we sent them pigeon mail, we sent them telegrams, whatever. We sent them a message. I remember I sent them a giant essay. I was like, yo, listen, let me tell you right now. You release this, you're not going to sell a single copy or DLC of this DLC. People are going to get the refunds from season passes. Don't do this. And what did they do? They gave us Rose not only as a completely unique character, but as an amazing one. He's easily like one of the best characters in the game to play as because he's so much fun. On top of that, he's also not, you know, overly overpowered. I mean, he's very, very powerful, but he's not like what I consider broken. Like, he is a great character. And then also now it's like they're giving us Rage Trunks, which I thought wasn't going to happen, but it's actually happening.
I didn't either.
Yeah, they're giving us unique Merge Zamasu, and supposedly, you know, Vegeta Blue's also unique as well. Like, they listen to what we want. You know, call them lazy. They might be lazy every now and then, but like they try to do what they can do to deliver to like the majority, I guess. And like I said, you're never gonna get everything. We're not gonna get the perfect world where one day we have spiky hair and freaking sandtails and, you know, unique characters, but like at least they're trying. And with every game release, With every single sequel that gets released, it gets better and better. And because of that, I look greatly forward to the games coming out over the course of like the next couple years.
Yep. And even off of the home console games, let's look at games like Dokkan and Ultimate Ninja Blazing and stuff. Like, look at the shit they're adding in now. I don't think people realize the significance of something like a fucking LR Hercule coming to the goddamn game. It's like, people have been asking, like, because I've seen it a little bit. I've been seeing people ask for, oh, we keep getting the same cards over and over again. Can we get some of the lesser characters? You know, it'd be fun if we could get some of the lesser characters. And look, now they're adding in LR Hercule. Even the whole orb system, they're making your older cards better. And I don't know exactly what's going on with
it's actually funny
with Blazing, but
it's funny you bring up Dokkan because I just spoke to one of the people I talked to that like released messages. And I can't, go into detail what was actually just said, but like they're especially listening. Yo, let me tell you about the Dokkan developers. Okay, Dims, I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't understand YouTube probably. They don't watch YouTube videos. Dokkan, they actually watch our YouTube videos. The developers, like
you guys make them the most money.
Well, that's not the point. The point is to actually watch it because like I met with like one of the people who like works directly with them on the mobile department, and like every time I met him, he's always like, "Yo, I watched the video the other day. It was hilarious." I'm like, "Yo, this is weird. Like I've worked with these people many times before, but I've never had them actually mention videos and stuff. It's kind of like how like it's like, oh yeah, haha, you make videos, but these guys actually watch videos. Like I was just talking to them about something, and they're like, yeah, we see everything you guys are doing. And it's cool. So they're actually like literally taking notes from what we do in the community, and I hope other developers out there start doing the same shit because again, we might not represent the majority of the audience of these games, but if you peek into our world, into the YouTube side of the world, you will learn a lot from what we want. So it's like it's cool to see developers do that.
Yeah, it is, and it's a good sign though. Like it's a good sign for anime games because the more they listen and the more we vote with our wallets, with our voice, the better things are gonna get for us. So I see a very bright future in anime games.
And I should have said this question at the very beginning of the video, but I'm gonna toss it right now. If you had only one pick, one choice for an anime game you want to come out, what anime is that and why? Drop it down below.
My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia. Voting with my mouth now.
I gotta go with Yu Yu Hakusho, man. Listen, man.
Man.
See, look, I grew up under Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament, which was not a good game.
Ew.
And in Japan, they got a game called Yu Yu Hakusho Forever, which
Forever?
Amazing.
Oh,
yeah, Forever.
Boy, it was basically, I got that on the emulator.
Yeah, it was basically Yu Yu Hakusho Budokai, and it was amazing, but we never got that. So with like what they know from the audience today, I would love to see another Yu Yu Hakusho game where like, whether it's a 3D fighter or it is a 2D fighter like Forever was, I want to see another one of those games.
Yeah, be dope. So leave that in the comment section down below. But Rhyme, is there anything else you got to say for this one?
These nuts. Hashtag that all over the comments as well.
Well, there we go. These nuts. Anyways, though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in to T-God Week. And yeah, this has been your boy T-Dub. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.